Welcome to this demo on how to create a supplier record. Before a catalog can be created, the supplier record must first be created in your catalog manager. Let's begin by going to the Suppliers tab, which is where I'm at right now. I navigated here from my catalog homepage, went to the Suppliers tab. Now, here you can see a record of all the previously created suppliers. In the left-hand column, I can select Create Supplier. From here, I'm going to enter the basic company information for this supplier, including the company name, the default supplier ID, which I would retrieve from my external ERP, as well as the main contact information for an individual at this supplier. Anything without a red asterisk is not required. Now that I've entered all the appropriate information, I can move down to default preferences. Because Bob is in California, I'm going to go ahead and set his time zone to Pacific time. I can also note any other default preferences here, including language. Now I can add the company logo. This would be provided to me by the supplier, and I'm going to retrieve this from my saved document in my computer. Typically, this is going to be a JPEG document. Now I can go ahead and set other supplier configurations, including minimum order value. This again would be information you would receive from the supplier. Now I can select how I want my shoppers to be able to access this supplier. Selecting Catalog Supplier allows your shoppers to select this supplier within their catalogs attached to their appropriate content view. Non-catalog supplier also allows my shoppers to create a free text purchase order through this supplier. Single source supplier, if selected, indicates that the supplier order cannot be combined with any other suppliers. An include supplier card indicates whether the supplier will or will not be included as a supplier card visible to your shoppers. If left unchecked, shoppers will still be able to search for the content within this supplier catalog using the search bar. I can also select here the currency code. These denominations are already preloaded for me to choose from. Next, I can select company attributes. Company attributes can be ranked higher or lower in search results for shoppers, allowing you to help your shoppers prioritize the attributes that are most important to you as an organization. For example, assume that this supplier is green certified with a weight of 5, and another supplier is a preferred supplier with a weight of 3. With these weights entered at the supplier level, if a search returns items for both vendors that match the search criteria, the items from the green certified vendor, which is Office Depot for this example, well then those items will be listed higher in the search results for that shopper when organized by this relevance. Moving down to content views and approvers and supplier users now. Here I can add this supplier to a content view. I can also create a new content view. For these purposes today, I'm going to add to current content views. Now that I've selected the content views I'd like this supplier to be a part of, I'm going to save this information. We can see those views now listed within this supplier record. I can also select approvers. Now, approvers for this supplier would indicate any individuals who need to approve changes for this supplier based on the global approval settings that I created in my company settings. So here I can also create a new approver for this specific supplier or select from previously entered suppliers. Now I can also indicate a supplier user. This would be an individual who works on behalf of the supplier, in this case Office Depot, who would have the ability to make changes to the supplier record. They can only load and manage the supplier content. Administrators would still need to approve any changes made by this supplier user. Once I've added these optional sections, content views, approvers, and supplier users, I can move now to the middle of the screen where I have the option to save this record, and I would absolutely want to do this. Now, if I search for this supplier, I will find the record that I've just created, the date it's been created on, who it's been created by, and its status. This concludes how to create a supplier record in Vroozi Catalog.